my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid.
And my iniquity have I not what?
Hid.
Okay. So in other words, the scripture says what? Examine thyself daily, right? And it also says the what? Confess thy faults. Confess thy faults one to another, right? Confess thy faults. The sister saw where she was going off, and she was more righteous. She more righteous than all these other manginas that are up inside these Israelite factions. That seeing that the leaders are going off and don't have the balls to come out to speak up, right? She was more righteous than them. Go ahead.
And I said, I will confess my transgressions unto Yahweh, and thou forgivest the iniquity of my sin. Salah.
Go ahead.
For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee.
Right. This shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee. Everyone that is godly. Those who are not godly are proud. Yet you proud as hell. Go ahead.
Unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found.
Right, now the time when he mayest be found. When Yahushua comes, he's not coming to reason. He's coming to destroy. He's coming with the spirit of vengeance. Right? The scripture says that what? The fishers are going to turn into hunters. And he's going to give us a heart to become hunters. He's going to give us a heart to slaughter, to dash the children of Esau against wars. To slaughter the men and women of Esau and the Edomites and the other nations. We are going to have a heart, a different spirit to do that. We're not going to be compassionate. We're not going to have that temperance at that time. We're just going to be doing the will and the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Whatever he puts in our spirit, whatever programming we get at that time, we're going to do.
That's right.
And Yahushai is coming in that same program form. Alright? Get right. Go ahead.
Surely in the flood of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him.
Right. Surely in the flood of great waters. What happened? When Noah was speaking unto the people, yo, the flood coming, niggas, the flood coming. What flood? What flood? They didn't know nothing about no flood. All they knew about what? They knew about the Jew. But guess what? The Most High gave the prophet a word, and that word was that a flood was coming. But they didn't listen, they didn't hearken. But his family, whose heart was righteous, they believed. And they worked with him, and they got on the ark. Along with the animals that the Lord sent. Right? Everyone, every creature obeyed Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that was supposed to obey. And the same thing is going to happen now. You all scoffers and mockers, you all two-thirds and you all heathen that are destined to be destroyed. You all not going to obey and you all going to be destroyed. Right? But when the flood come, what they do? They ran to the door and they was knocking on the door. But the Most High, he, through his spirit, the same thing I was now saying, his spirit kept that door locked. His spirit kept that door closed. And it's the same thing. His spirit is going to come with vengeance and not with reason, not with pardon, not temperance and not with rationing. He's going to come to destroy. Yeah, James 5:16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another that he may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much, right? Yeah, so now is our time to pray for forgiveness and repentance, right? Fast, so that the Most High put in his spirit, right? That he take all them demons that encompassing you all right now, that fulfilling that vessel, that host, right? Because a lot of y'all full up on demons and false doctrine. Them false doctrine bring the demons because you all believe that what you're doing is right? But strong demons that have you in that delusion, right? And the only way for you to get them strong demons off of you, yeah, what should I say? What? It's through prayer and fasting. Alright? Pray and fast. Because many of you all have questions in your mind about that doctrine, about the name, about the RFID chip, it being the mark of the beast. Alright? Let the Most High reveal it unto you. For we don't believe in men. I mean, we come into this after hearing, because what? It's a faith come by hearing, right? And how are we going to be saved? Let me just touch that scripture real quick. Romans chapter Romans chapter 10, verse 13. It says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." Right? Who is this whosoever? Let's go back to John 3:16. "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son." For whosoever. Now whosoever is for a certain group of people, that's Israel. Right? Israel is that word. Israel is that whosoever. Isaiah 45 and just get it real quick. Isaiah 45 and 17. This is the word that he was talking about in John 3:16. It says, "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." Israel is that cosmos, that group of society of homogeneous people. When you look up that word homogeneous, right? Or homogeneous, it means what? We carry the same laws. What's the laws? Who the law was given unto? The law was given unto Israel. How could you sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. It was only given to Israel. It wasn't given to the heathen. It wasn't given to these other nations. Alright? So it makes sense to the man of the Lord. It makes sense to the first fruit. It makes sense to the elect. Right? This doctrine makes sense. The puzzle comes together. The pieces fit. Right? There are people in the congregation in IUIC and these other Israelite factions that things don't fit. They don't make sense. How could you be, the scripture talk about fellowshipping one with another, to be part of the body. In order, speaking one with another and being part of the body, for all of us to be one, to speak the same thing. How you can tell a brother not to go on YouTube or a sister not to go on YouTube and watch other videos? That's wrong. That can never be scriptural. That can never be righteous. Right? Because if you say you're Israel and I say I'm Israel, we all supposed to be speaking the same thing. So why you can't see or hear what I'm saying? Why can't you see or hear? Why are you making decisions for me when the scripture says that men of the Lord, right? They prophesied when they were moved by the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. So what? So it's only certain men ordained to be moved, and everybody else are just blind sheep. If the shepherd is wicked, the sheep is wicked. Right? But a man can't receive nothing unless it be given to him from Yahweh Shai, John 3:27. Right? So for me to be for the word to be made manifest, to be made manifest in me, right? It has to be given from Yahweh Shai. Whatever I believe, it has to be given from him, from above. Alright? It says what? Romans 10 verse 13. "Whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call upon him whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard? How shall they hear without a preacher?" So if Nate is not preaching Yahweh Shai, they can never hear it. Right? And they can never believe it. So they're gonna call upon Christ when the sky is cracked. When that fathership comes and Yahweh Shai stands on top and he's raining down destruction and you're crying for mercy. Right? When you're begging for mercy, you're gonna be begging mercy to the same demon or deity that had you in bondage. So you can never be saved. You can never be shown mercy. You'll actually be saying, look, it's like you'll be putting on a reflective vest. Destroy me, destroy me. Because you're calling on Christ, you're not calling on Yahweh Shai. He wouldn't know you. Right? Yeah. Lose my train of thought, yeah, sorry. So as I was saying earlier on, right? But right now, what? I say it's like a heavy, strong demonic presence in the air. The out here is just demons. And guess what? Many of the demons, many of the spirits are out here. There's a spirit of lasciviousness, a spirit of the world, of the flesh, right? It says, yes, sir. And let me look it up real quick. Let's play with Mr. Lock here. It says Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day, the hour no man know. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angel of heaven, but my Father only, right? And we fastly approaching that day, right? And right now, these demons, right, knowing that this is the end of their kingdom, this is the end of the left hand rule, and the right hand rule is about to come into play, right? They just making masses to say. They're just going all out, right? It says verse 37, but as in the days of Noah was so. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right? And that's what we see going on. Right? One, as I broke down earlier on, Shrove Monday and Shrove Tuesday. Shrove Monday and Shrove Tuesday is what? This the celebration of the flesh, because basically they decide to be carnal and lascivious, right? And gluttonous toward the flesh, because they're going on Ash Wednesday and start to circumcise that flesh so in somewhat. But the Most High said what? He's fed up. He prefer for us not to sin than to give an offering, because this is what Israel had been doing in the past. We would go and we would sin, and knowing that there was an offering that we could make for every different sin, we would give that offering up to the Levite priest every time after we sin. But the Most High was tired of us. He was tired of that, right? He was tired of that, and he did away with Israel, right? And Yahweh Shai, he became that ultimate sacrifice, and what? He became our inheritor, right? We are his inheritance. That's why we are his heirs. But he calls us also his friends, because we do his will, right? It says, verse 38 again, as for in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, right? So I'm going to go back in time. Let's go back to Exodus chapter 32. Let's go back to Exodus chapter 32, because it said that which had been is that which shall be. Right? So let's see these wicked niggas from the beginning. Right? Because carnival, ball, festival is a festive time, right? A time of the flesh, right? This is Exodus chapter 32. And chapter 13, I guess. 32. So like yeah, Exodus chapter 32. And chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves, right? So the Most High and Moses went up on the mount with the elders, and they were stuck with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yahweh was giving them the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And he wrote it on the He was writing it on the tables with his own hand, right? And while doing so, 2/3 of our people, they put pressure on Aaron and Miriam to take the gold that we had taken from the children of Egypt, right? Because we took gold and we took precious things from them upon leaving, right? It was like remuneration for the years of slavery. Spiritually, that's what it was, right? We borrowed of the stuff and we fled out. But they took that now to make a god or gods similar to the god of the one that they were serving in Egypt. Gods of wood and stone and gold, Baal, idols, right? So this is what they did. While Moses was up there getting the law, statutes, and commandments, their heart was back for the gods of Egypt, where they was now delivered from by their power, the power of heaven and earth, the power of the Israelites, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So 2/3 of our people still don't believe. After all that miracle that the Most High did, they still don't believe. Right? It says, they have turned aside, the Most High said, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be the gods of Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen these people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Right? These people are stiff-necked and wicked. Right? No matter how much the Most High proved to them that He's dealing with them, that He's their power. Right? They just continually doing wickedness. That's why we're not out here for everybody. We out here. Look, we in the marketplace. We the chief concord. This is what? You go down, so you're going down to the central and south of the country. You go that direction to my right. You're going where? To the city, to the port of Spain. You go to the east, to Arima. You go to northeast. Right? So what? Right? So, you know, you can get anywhere in the country from right here. But how much of these people suffer to listen? I should think, how much of these people really want to hear? Because look, we look awkward here. We in these garments here. Everybody here is preparing to what? Wine jam, to be lavacious and live in the flesh. Right? How much of these people even concerned? No. We might as well be looking like masqueraders out here. But yet still, even as masqueraders, they don't even want to hear what we say, because we have what? Folklore that they do. They have people like the Peregrine and the Midnight Robber. They will come out in costumes and they will talk and tell a story, right? But they will stop and listen to the wickedness that they will speak, right? Because these people will come out here and they will speak stories of murdering, about raping and slaughter and all these different things. Atrocious things that they were doing in the dark of the night. And that's part of the culture, that's part of the folklore, right? They will stop and listen to that, but they won't stop and listen to the men of the Lord that are out there speaking the truth out of the word of the Bible, right? It says what? They have turned aside quickly. No, verse 10, sorry. Now therefore let me alone, that my rod may wax hot against them. And that's what happened. The Most High, His rod waxed hot against Sodom and Gomorrah. In the time of Lot, His rod waxed hot. He was angry, right? They tried to rape 2 angels. Right? They tried to rape 2 male angels, right? And his rod got hot and he destroyed that city, the 5 cities with sword destruction. It was 5 cities destroyed, not only Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And his rod was waxed hot against Pharaoh because he didn't want to let his people go to serve him. And his rod was hot against the children of Israel because what? He just delivered them and showed his magnificence, right? Because his name became glorified. His name was renowned after he delivered them. The heathens round about, they fear and they dread Israel, and they dread the power of Israel, right? But guess what? The people of Israel, 2/3 of Israel